picking up where my last Coraline theory left off, I'm about to explain how Beldams and the Pink Palace residents might be more connected than we ever thought. Hello friends and family members, I'm Megan, and welcome back to the Fangirl, which is a show that thought it was done covering Coraline, but surprise, new perspective. Okay, this is a 3-part building series, so please go watch the first 2 videos before trying to watch this one. You're not gonna? Okay, well I tried. So my previous 2 Coraline videos have covered why Beldams need children and how they reproduce. Again, if you haven't seen those other video essays, now is the time to do that. But when I said that the Beldams were taking children to sort of groom them into becoming the new Beldam, I saw 2 complaints coming from that notion. One, what about Huck Jr., which is easy. If Beldams do reproduce in non-sexual ways, then it doesn't really matter if they're male or female. It can be an other mother or another father, a Beldam or a Bell stud. Newsflash, but making young people happy isn't dependent on gender. And issue 2, how do you get Beldams or Bell studs from regular children? Well, it could be a transfer of power situation. Once the other mother raises her young, or even adults at this point, the Beldam can pass her powers onto her adopted child. Maybe the magical element is learned, maybe it's connected to the button eye thing. I'll leave that part up to your imaginations for now. And after the child is fully grown and has all the powers of the Beldam at their disposal, maybe the old Beldam just shrivels up and dies. Or maybe, wait. Okay, so for a really long time, I have tried to connect the 3 ghost kids to the 3 residents of the Pink Palace, while simultaneously claiming that the residents have been pulled into this alternate reality that the Beldam controls, which I call the Pink Palace Limbo if you're somehow new here and starting on video 3 of 40. I mean, what the heck? Well, what if these old, used-up residents are previous Beldams that have had their magical batteries all used up? Like I mentioned before, context clues in the movie suggest that once another mother selects her target, she gets to pick one person to morph into, and then she's stuck with that person's features forever. So maybe the other residents aren't these quirky old people, but clones of the parents of the previous victims. So when the current Beldam loses the rest of her powers, she's gonna look like Mel Jones for the rest of time. I know that really doesn't cover the sweet ghost girl who would presumably have an African-American father, but who's to say? Perhaps the Beldam that trapped the sweet ghost girl is off somewhere else in the world right now. Maybe she even died. Or maybe the sweet ghost girl is biracial and her dad was white. We don't know SGG's exact age, but in the state of Oregon, the state where Coraline is set, they repealed their ban on interracial marriages in 1951. So if SGG was taken in or around 1960, it's totally possible that her parents were an interracial couple. Or if the twin girls had been older than that, maybe they were kids whose parents couldn't get married. Maybe their dad even ran off and joined the circus so that he could financially support them from afar without putting a social stigma on top of them for being interracial kids. Yeah, I know that's kind of sad, but that's the reality of what America was back then. And it's really funny to think about that scenario because there's this 1936 movie that is a Russian movie called Circus, where this American performer has a biracial son. And this poor woman is just terrified to let anybody find out that she has a half-black son because that's illegal or something in the United States. But when someone tries to blackmail her with that information and it's finally like, all right, I'm telling everybody that your kid is half-black, the truth finally comes out in front of this Russian crowd that the American lady is performing for, and ultimately the lady decides she's going to stay in Russia forever because nobody had a negative reaction to the child. They're just like, in Russia, we love all children. And despite what you see on the media, there is actually quite a bit of diversity in the whole sphere of Russia, so it's not just Whitelandia over there. And yeah, Circus is completely a huge propaganda film that is very anti-American, but it's interesting to study the mindsets of other countries. And all of this kind of conglomerates together to make me think of another Pink Palace resident, which, you guessed it, I'm totally going there. I think Mr. Bobinsky could have been the sweet ghost girl's father. Now, I know there's not a lot of people of color in the movie, so we don't have a lot to compare to, but Mrs. Lovat and YB are definitely definitely lighter skinned, so it's not impossible that they have multiple races in their DNA. And that would mean that Huck Finn Jr. took Mr. Bobinsky's form to lure in the sweet ghost girl. See, that all kind of twists in and fits beautifully. So the residents of the Pink Palace are the retired, nearly powerless Beldams of the past. And finally, we have a reason to suspect why the ghost kids and the residents seem to parallel each other. Now, I'm not ready to say for sure who Miss Spink and Miss Forcible are the mothers of, but the Pioneer Girl and Huck Finn Jr.'s mothers are very plausible answers. Now, we have no way to determine what color hair that the other ghost kids have, and it is totally possible that Spink and Forcible are even older other mothers who had totally different kids, especially since there were at least 3 different other victims that we know about by the silhouettes in the dining room, but 3 for 3 seems to fit pretty nicely. I hope this all made sense. If not, I don't really know how to break this down any better. The residents of the Pink Palace Limbo are these magicless Beldams, retired other folk if you will, who are just stuck looking like the person they morphed into to abduct a child. Yeah, that's a mouthful of a run-on sentence. Good luck understanding me. And I still don't have an answer for what happened to previous Beldams, why there would only be 3 of the retirees hanging out. Maybe they move on to other places, maybe they eventually die off. I really don't know. I couldn't say for sure. There's just not enough information. But having ghosts that are girl, boy, girl, and having residents that are girl, boy, girl really seems like there's a connection there that I want to make happen. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching, and it might not be reality, but theories are more fun. Hey guys. I can't do that. I've been trying to practice and I can't figure out how to get my hand right. Like the whole thing won't go without cutting me. Oh, okay, that's it. I just don't hold the bottom. So let's try that again. Hey there, family members. Is it hot in here or is it just me? Ha 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 ha. No, I'm such an idiot. I don't even know. But, oh, wait, where did I put it? Okay, so like most of you probably already know, this video series of 3 came from a letter that somebody sent in asking a question. And I have gotten more letters in. I do plan on answering them, but obviously I don't release a Coraline video every day or even every week. So they're gonna be spread out a little bit. I am more than encouraging you to send me in your question via snail mail. That's the only way I'm taking them at this moment, because I don't know what's gonna happen to my comments in the future. And a lot of times I get so many, I can't sort through them all to say, oh yeah, I'll answer this. It's buried by the time I try to go back for it. But I did get a letter in this really gorgeous envelope, and there is a bit of Coraline-ness in here, so I do plan on doing a video for that. But like I said, it might take a little bit, but I wanted to acknowledge it, tell you that the letter got here. And I gotta thank my biggest fan, Phoebe, for sending this to me all the way from, I think, the UK. There's not a return address, but the postage has a pound sign, so I think that is from the UK. Like I said, she will have her own video dedicated to her, so I won't read all of that, but I thought that this cute, crafty bit deserves some acknowledgement. Phoebe made me a button eye! Isn't that the coolest? Perler beads are so much fun, and this, I love this. This is adorable! I can't get over it! I love you, Phoebe! Thank you so much for your letter! Hearts, hearts, hearts! I feel so weird. Hearts, 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 hearts. Like you're a grown woman. You can't make me be one. Hearts, 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 hearts. Anyways, thanks again, Phoebe, and thank you to everybody else putting up with my insanity here. It's going to be an interesting transition over the next few weeks for what's going to happen with YouTube and how that's going to affect things, but hopefully I'll still be here hanging out with you guys. Don't forget, sharing is caring in the vlog world, since YouTube is going to hide a lot of my videos. The more you share, the more that would really help keep me going. But I thank you, Phoebe, so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for the gift and for sending that way overseas. I know that has to be a nightmare to ship something like that, but it did get here safe, so that's amazing. Thank you. Thank you for watching, everybody else, and we'll see you next time, family members. Bye! Well, family members, we're almost done, but I want to invite you to hang out with me in some other places. I'm on Twitter, and Instagram as my own personal self. And I have a Facebook page too, but I mostly just post photos over there. And sometimes people say, "Hey McGann, I want to mail you something. How do I do that?" Easy. Just click the About tab on my channel page and my most current P.O. Box info will be right there. I also run another channel, The Family. It's really a hodgepodge channel where we might post anything. Oh yeah, and I also sell shirts and stickers and stuff with the Family and the Fangirl logos. If that is your cup of tea, I have a link in every description of every video. Finally, if you want to help out the Fangirl channel and make sure I'm putting out video essays for years to come, the best way you can help is by subscribing and watching more of my videos, whether they're new, old, whatever. Maybe even share one or two on social media, help spread the word. People who watch to the end of videos like you helps to tell the site, "Hey, this is a good video, we should recommend it to other people." So if you made it this far, leave me a comment of something like, "Hey, I made it to the end. Love ya. See you next time, family members. Bye."